Get ready for some slithery stats. Let's dive into the incredible history of snakes. These ultimate survivors have been ruling Earth's forests since around 128 million years ago. Today, over 3,000 species are spreading their presence all across our planet, except Antarctica and a few tiny island nations. Their diversity in looks and size is jaw-dropping. Did you know some can grow massive when they've got the right environment? So buckle up and join me as we uncover the top 15 biggest snakes ever discovered, starting with number 15, the reticulated python. Native to Asia's lush lands, these record breakers aren't just long, but also super heavy. Their sleek scales and unique patterns make them stand out. Typically, they reach up to 21 feet, about 6.5 meters in length. But some can grow much bigger than that. Let's see how big they can get. Meet Medusa, the record-breaking reticulated python. In 2011, this incredible serpent was measured at an astonishing 5 feet 2 inches long and weighed a massive 350 pounds. That's one seriously colossal snake. Now, you might be wondering, how did it get so huge? Well, being kept in captivity definitely helped Medusa reach these epic proportions. But experts say, if they've got the right environment in the wild, there's no reason why another reticulated python couldn't hit these incredible numbers or even go bigger. One thing's for sure, these snakes are apex predators and their appetite is massive too. They're non-venomous constrictors, which means they wrap around their prey and squeeze until it's gone. And the scary part, if a reticulated python sees you as food, and you're big enough, beware. There have been cases where these snakes have swallowed humans whole. So, if multiple large males like Medusa are in the same territory, you can bet they'll grow to epic sizes. It's a survival of the fittest world out there for these massive serpents. Get ready to meet the king cobra, number 14 on our list. These iconic snakes are not only super famous for being venomous, but they're also record breakers when it comes to size. Native to the lush jungles of Asia, you can spot them a mile away due to their one-of-a-kind neck patterns and their seriously impressive scale. They're much bigger than any other venomous species out there. But what's even cooler is that king cobras can change colors depending on where they live. From black and white stripes to browns and grays, they blend in seamlessly with their surroundings. Their favorite snack, other snakes, but sometimes they'll munch on smaller rodents or lizards too. And if you mess with a king cobra, be prepared for its venomous bite. While not every bite is deadly, studies show that up to 60% of bites can be fatal if left untreated, so it's clear these snakes aren't to be messed with. You think you're ready for a snake encounter? Hold on tight as we dive into the world of the green anaconda. This beast is giving the reticulated python a serious run for its money in the title of largest snake species, and while it might not be as long, it's got some serious bulk going on. Found lounging in the rainforests and jungles of South America, these giants spend most of their time chilling in slow-moving water. But don't think they're just aquatic couch potatoes. They can also slither onto land when hunger strikes. And what do they eat? Whatever fits into their massive mouths. They'll lie in wait with only their eyes peeking out above the surface, then strike, wrapping those powerful bodies around their prey and squeezing until it's, well, history. Once the coast is clear, it's a swallow whole situation. Talk about an anaconda-sized appetite. Get ready for a jaw-dropping encounter with one of the most feared predators in the Amazon, the green anaconda. These aquatic giants aren't just big-ol, they're the real deal, capable of taking down jaguars and caimans, making them arguably the apex predators of their territory. With olive-colored scales and black blotches, these snakes can grow up to 17 feet long and tip the scales at around 154 pounds. But wait, there's more. Some reports claim that they can reach an astonishing 30 feet or weigh a whopping 500 pounds. Although these massive claims are yet to be officially measured and confirmed, Meanwhile, let's hop over to Africa, where we've got another behemoth waiting for us, the Gaboon viper. Boasting the longest fangs of any venomous snake and holding the title as the largest viper species on the continent. Let's dive into the heart of Africa to discover more about the mighty Gaboon viper. Native to the continent's rainforest and savanna regions, these incredible snakes were named after a special river estuary where scientists first spotted them. Typically growing up to 5 feet long and weighing around 19 pounds, Gaboon vipers can stretch as long as 6 feet or even tip the scales at 25 pounds in some cases. But it's their distinctive features that truly set them apart. Those razor-sharp fangs reaching a whopping 2 inches long, triangular heads narrowing down to their necks, and horn-like nostrils giving them an extraordinary look. Their camouflage is so effective that you might have trouble spotting one when they're blending into the undergrowth. And don't worry, thanks to their laid-back nature and habitat in remote areas, encounters between Gaboon vipers and humans are extremely rare. Let's talk about 2 things before we introduce you to the Amethystine python. First, it's crucial to remember that despite their massive size, Gaboon vipers pack a serious punch when it comes to venom. Their powerful grip and large toxins glands make them a force to be reckoned with. If a human gets bitten, it can lead to severe symptoms like nausea, intense pain, swelling, and shock, potentially requiring amputation of the affected limb. Now, let's welcome one of the largest snakes on the planet. Meet the incredible Amethystine python. Also known as the scrub python, this species rules the lands in Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, and Australia. While most adults grow up to 13 feet long, record breakers can stretch an astonishing 23.6 feet, with a massive capture documented back in 1954. Now it's time to talk about the Amethystine python's incredible size potential. Reports even claim they can weigh up to a whopping 200 pounds, but these claims need more confirmation. The fact that this species inhabits remote island jungles makes it likely there are even larger specimens out there waiting to be discovered. Could they one day dethrone the reticulated python as the longest snake? This massive python relies on its sheer size to take down prey like birds, bats, rats, and other mammals. They're masters of ambush. You'll often spot them resting near riverbanks, ready to strike unsuspecting animals that come to quench their thirst. As a non-venomous species, these pythons use brute force instead, making them an apex predator in their domain. Get ready for the Bushmaster, a powerhouse of Central and South America's snake scene. These venomous pit vipers, scientifically known as Laxus, come in 4 species, each a master of its domain. Growing up to an astonishing 13 feet long, they reign supreme as the longest venomous snakes in the Western Hemisphere and the world's longest vipers. Talk about a title holder. But don't let their size fool you. Bushmasters are agile and surprisingly fast due to their relatively lean build compared to other vipers. When they strike, whether hunting or defending themselves, they unleash a series of quick jabs to deliver maximum venom impact. Even young Bushmasters pack a deadly punch, making them a force to be reckoned with. Fortunately, they mostly inhabit remote areas, sparing human encounters and keeping attacks extremely rare. Check out the coastal taipan, an Aussie and New Guinean local you don't want to mess with. This venomous snake is not only the longest in its region, but also packs a potentially deadly bite. Reaching up to 11 feet long, these taipans have been making waves since their discovery in 1867. Spot them by their unique olive brown and reddish hues. They're quite the stylish serpents. But here's an interesting fact about another Aussie relative Bushmasters, not to be confused with our star today, have a special warning system. Their tail ends in a horned spine that can vibrate, producing a quiet hum to warn larger animals to keep their distance. They've earned the nickname mute rattlesnakes for this subtle approach. Quite the clever snakes. Buckle up for one seriously snaky species, the coastal taipan. This Aussie and New Guinean local is a real MVP when it comes to venomous bites, making it one of the top 3 most potentially deadly terrestrial snakes globally. With around 4% of Australia's snake bites attributed to them, it's no joke. They're long. Narrow heads are designed for swift strikes, giving them an edge in hunting. So, if you ever spot one, remember this snake means business. They won't hesitate to bite, and their venom can lead to some seriously life-altering consequences. Now that we've met our Aussie superstar, let's slither over to Southeast Asia, where our next contender awaits. Say hello to the Burmese python, a massive snake that calls Myanmar home. These pythons are part of an elite group. They're among the largest snakes on the planet. Get ready for some seriously scale-tastic facts about the Burmese python. These Southeast Asian giants typically reach an impressive 16 feet in length, but on rare occasions, they've been measured at a whopping 23 feet long. Talk about a snake that's off the charts. At first glance, you might think these pythons are just another type of python. But trust us, they're one of a kind. With their distinctive white and dark brown blotches, it took scientists until 2009 to confirm what we already knew. Burmese pythons deserve their own superstar status. Now let's talk about these incredible snakes in the wild. While they're adapted pros in their native Myanmar, conservationists are concerned about their population numbers. But did you know that when given a chance, these pythons can thrive almost anywhere? It all started with a bit of a petting zoo gone wrong after Hurricane Andrew back in 1992. A group of Burmese pythons from a Florida facility made a break for it and have since established a thriving community. And as they spread across the state, things get real. These snakes are wreaking havoc on the natural ecosystem. Let's dive into the fascinating world of the eastern indigo snake. This incredible species is part of an enormous family that spans every continent except Antarctica. Talk about a global superstar. But what sets the eastern indigo apart? Not only does it sport stunning dark blue-black scales, but this beauty has an added touch of mystery. Catch them in the right light, and they'll appear almost iridescent, shifting to a mesmerizing purplish hue that's simply snake-tastic. You can find these non-venomous masters in the southeastern United States, where they roam through flat woods, dried streams, fields, and sandy regions. They're stealthy hunters, always on the lookout for their next meal. And when it comes to taking down prey, these snakes don't mess around. Using a combination of strength, agility, and some serious rock-solid moves, they'll grab onto their victims and give them a good old-fashioned beatdown against rocks or other hard objects. Get ready for some serious snake facts. Let's talk about the eastern indigo first. This incredible creature can grow up to 7.5 feet long in adulthood, but one lucky specimen made it all the way to an astonishing 9.2 feet. That makes it the longest native snake species in North America. Just imagine encountering one of these giants in the wild. But here's the thing with the introduction of some seriously larger invasive snakes, especially around Florida. The eastern indigo has had to make way for its new, slithery overlords. Let's dive into another fascinating species. Meet the king brown, a highly venomous snake native to Australia. Although it's not the deadliest Aussie animal, its venom still delivers a massive punch. It's been over 50 years since a recorded fatality from a king brown bite, but there have been countless instances of temporary paralysis, extreme pain, and uncontrollable swelling. That's why locals treat them with serious caution. But here's what makes this snake truly unforgettable. They can grow up to an astonishing 11 feet long, making them one of the 5 longest venomous snakes on the planet. With their incredible length, combined with their strength and potent toxins, it's no wonder they're expert predators. They can overpower prey quickly and efficiently, ruling the undergrowth with ease. Get ready to meet the boa constrictor, an incredibly impressive non-venomous snake originally from South America and the Caribbean. These massive snakes have mastered a unique hunting technique. Using their size and incredible strength, they constrict prey until it can't breathe anymore, making it their next meal. With at least 9 identified subspecies, each with its own set of attributes, boa constrictors have become superstars in reptile collections worldwide due to their striking looks, massive size, and relatively calm nature. In the wild, these giants usually grow up to 10 feet long, but when you add agility to the mix, things get really interesting. You'll often spot them way beyond that length, especially if they're living at large in captivity. Without the need to scavenge for food on the jungle floor, pet boa constrictors have been known to stretch up to a whopping 14 feet and even longer. They also pack some serious weight. Wild ones can tip the scales at 60 pounds, but captive ones often supersize, with the heaviest recorded individual weighing over 100 pounds. Let's dive into the world of the eastern diamondback, the king of venomous snakes in the United States. This notorious pit viper is not only the biggest rattlesnake around, but also one of the heaviest venom spitters in the Americas. However, due to years of hunting, because of their perceived threat to cattle and human settlements, their numbers have drastically dwindled over the past few decades. Now, there's a growing call for them to be protected by law. But here's the cool thing: eastern diamondbacks aren't actually looking to make you their next meal. In fact, they're pretty chill and usually avoid humans altogether. They only bite when they feel threatened or cornered, sending out warning signals like that iconic rattle on their tail before trying to escape instead of striking. So, respect these magnificent snakes from a safe distance. They deserve our protection as much as we do theirs. Get ready to slither into the world of one of the most impressive snakes out there, the eastern diamondback. These bad boys are masters of adaptation, making themselves right at home in a mix of tree branches, leafy canopies, and cozy gopher burrows. But here's the thing: their daily routine is all about size. While adults can stretch from 3.5 feet to an astonishing over 8 feet long. Yes, you read that right, almost double. Their behavior changes accordingly. So, if you're ever in eastern diamondback territory and come across one of these stunners, remember, respect their space and appreciate them from afar. Now let's travel to the sun-kissed savannas of sub-Saharan Africa for our next epic encounter with the African rock python. As its name suggests, this behemoth is a true rock star of the reptile world. Not only does it call Africa home, but it's also part of an exclusive club of 6 largest snake species known to science. These gentle giants prefer to chill near water sources and can thrive in diverse environments like forests, deserts, and scrublands. Whether they're soaking up the sun or stalking their prey, African rock pythons are truly awe-inspiring creatures that'll leave you speechless. These stealthy hunters have a sneaky strategy. African rock pythons are patient waiters, camouflaging near water sources to ambush unsuspecting prey. Once their target comes for a drink, they pounce, wrapping their powerful bodies around it in a tight squeeze. During the dry season, these gentle giants can go foodless for long stretches and even enter a dormant state. But this helps them grow massive to take down bigger prey. Reaching lengths of up to 20 feet, African rock pythons have got the bulk and muscle to handle enormous meals, often devouring antelopes or even crocodiles whole. In captivity, they've been known to stretch even further, adding more inches to their already impressive size. These snakes are a force to be reckoned with. Talk about a meal fit for a king. Get ready for the most feared venomous snake on the planet, the black mamba. This African assassin is not only packing a deadly punch with its super potent toxins, but it's also lightning fast and can grow up to an impressive length of around 14 feet, making it the second longest venomous snake in the game, found across sub-Saharan Africa. These masters of stealth thrive in diverse environments, from savannas to woodlands, forests, and rocky outcrops. With their ability to switch between tree dwelling and ground surfing depending on the situation, black mambas prove just how adaptable they truly are. Let's keep our distance. This snake means serious business. So, how can you spot a black mamba? At first glance, their gray or dark brown scales might not give it away. After all, it's not exactly pitch black. But here's where things get intense. When these snakes feel threatened and ready to strike, they'll put on a warning display that'll make your heart skip a beat. They'll puff out their bodies and spread their jaws wide, revealing the inky black inside of their mouths. That's what earns them the name black mamba. And with their lightning-fast speed, reaching up to 10 miles per hour over short distances, it's no wonder they're a force to be reckoned with. Once those deadly fangs sink in, black mambas will hang back and let their potent venom do its job. Now, here's the surprising part. Despite being super speedy and packing a deadly bite, these snakes can grow up to an astonishing length of nearly 15 feet. That's way longer than you'd expect. So, why are black mambas so feared? Well, it's a good thing they mostly stick to places humans don't usually visit. Can you imagine running into one in real life? But despite their fearsome reputation, these snakes have some serious competition when it comes to the title of largest snake ever. I mean, did you know that over 128 million years of evolution, countless snake species came and went, and some were seriously massive? Take South America around 60 million years ago, for example. The climate was super warm and humid, which allowed reptiles to grow to crazy sizes. Fossils from back then show us snakes that would have been way bigger than the black mambas we know today. But there's one snake that beats them all. Meet Titanoboa. This ancient beast is believed to have been not only the largest snake ever, but also one of the biggest land animals on Earth at the time. Get ready to meet Titanoboa, an ancient snake that ruled the tropical forests of South America over 60 million years ago. Scientists estimate it could have grown up to a whopping 42 feet long and weighed as much as 2,500 pounds. Now you'd think a monster like this would have been a land-dwelling terror, but surprisingly, evidence suggests Titanoboa spent its entire life in swamps and lakes due to its massive size. As for what it ate, it's believed